Hello, welcome to More Than Fun and Games, the serious side of learning in nature. And welcome to our workshop. I'm presenting on the behalf of Mark Leather, and we are SIG conveners for Nature, Outdoor Learning and Play on behalf of Vera. Welcome to our workshop. We would far rather be with you in person today, preferably somewhere outdoors, but we hope to see you at some point at a Vera event in the future. I'm a lecturer at the University of Cumbria. Mark, who unfortunately can't be with us today because he's at the other end of the country from me, is a programme leader at Plymouth Marjon University. And as I said, we've worked together on the NOLAP SIG. Just going to introduce you to Paddy Bond, who's the real star of the workshop today, not me or Mark. He was made by me and he was gifted to Mark, and he's had many adventures with Mark and Mark's students and is incorporated into teaching. He has a vital role to play assisting Mark with the teaching outdoors. It's a playful way of engaging with students and enabling conversations around emotional safety and well-being. He's very popular with students, and I love getting photos to show me what they've been up to and the sort of places they've been to. It's a really nice, playful way of keeping in touch. So I'll just give you a quick outline of the session. Our aim is for this to be an interactive, practical session, which is not very easy in this virtual format. Going to do our best here. We're going to share some of our ideas for a curriculum for wellbeing that uses outdoor experiential pedagogies and takes account of things like accessibility and inclusion. And we're going to focus on making the most of local spaces, which is vital for responding to health and environmental challenges. It's been really noticeable over the last few months as we adjust to the current challenging circumstances we all find ourselves in, just how important it is for our health and well-being to have access to local outdoor space, and how varied this access is, which is a real social justice issue. The situation we have found ourselves in has highlighted the disparities between those of us who are fortunate enough to have access to private outdoor spaces, gardens, allotments, or access to nearby accessible green spaces within easy walking distance, and those of us who do not. And it's troubling, and it's something that we need to address together as educators and researchers. Now I'm going to pass over to you now. I want you to take a little bit of time for a reflective activity. I'd like you to think about a time you had outside as a child. Think about an adventure you had. It could be big, it could be small, it doesn't have to be scary. Where did you go? How local was it to where you lived? What did you do when you were there? Who was with you? Human, more than human, a pet, say, or a toy? And what was your inspiration for doing this? Why did you go outside? And then can you draw this as a simple picture? And if we were together today, this is the point where I'll be giving you paper and wax crayons, because I find they tend to be a really good way of drawing a quick, simple picture. And then we'll be encouraging you to share these with each other and to tell each other, share your experiences of what you did as children. So why reflect on our own experiences? Well, as Brookfield highlights, the roots of why we teach the way we do are found in a complex web of formative memories and experiences of learning. And this extends to the way we research as well. So as educators and as researchers, it's important to reflect on what it is we are doing, why we do it, what it is that we're trying to achieve, and with whom. So one way to do this is through critical conversations with ourselves, for example, through reflection, and with others, as we're trying to do here in this workshop. And we really would love you to follow up with us and continue this conversation. So a curriculum for wellbeing. This embraces effective ways of addressing concerns about both the health and well-being of children, of people, and the environment itself. This is aligned to contemporary issues, for example, childhood obesity, poor mental health, and lack of engagement with or poor understanding of the natural world. We can't ignore that the environment is under threat from human activities, from what we do and the way that we do it. Which is why it's so important to take time to reflect on our own experiences. Both DEFRA's 25-year plan and Public Health England's strategic plan emphasise that our approach to healthy lifestyles is shaped by our early experiences and by the environment around us. So we need to reflect on this, and where we need to challenge ourselves to consider different ways of doing things, as indeed we have been forced to do by current events. So, learning outdoors, learning in nature, well, it is more than fun and games, although we both like to encourage people to be playful and to have fun. There is a serious side here that enables us to really explore those pressing problems that are facing the world, for example, climate change, biodiversity loss, etc. It can help us find positive ways for humans to more sustainably coexist with non-humans, and playful, nature-based activities provide ways of learning and understanding our place within this. It can enable the development of a positive relationship with nature, with other people, and with ourselves. It's a form of outdoor practice which actively seeks to help make connections with nature, to generate an ethic of care that extends from the local to the global. So from a research perspective, the focus of Mark's recent research has been on developing a pedagogy of play for teaching in higher education. It's a pedagogy that challenges traditional, more conventional pedagogies, contributing to a range of more positive health and educational outcomes for students and for educators. The focus of my work is on inclusion and how we can effectively support people with a range of differing abilities and interests to access their local outdoor spaces. I was commissioned by a conservation charity to develop a practitioner's guide specifically to support young people identified as having special educational needs or disabilities to discover the outdoors, with suggestions of activities to do this. And the aim was to encourage more people to make use of local parks and green spaces. If you'd like a copy of this, please do email me and I can send you the PDF. But alongside this, I make and share teddy bears, and one of my nicknames is Dr. Bear. There are two versions. There's adventure bears like Paddy, designed for roughy-tufty outdoor adventures, and comfortable bears, a more tweedy, gentle bear that prefers quieter adventures. Both species are useful as tools for engagement and as ways of prompting discussions. They're everyday objects. They're nothing particularly special. They're fun. They can be comforting. They're a reminder to be childlike, perhaps even childish. They serve as a link to our past, our memories and reflections, reminding us of toys from our childhood. And they allow us to make connections through time and space. Many people's first contact with the natural world is through a toy or perhaps a fictional character in a story. And recognising and valuing this can provide a really effective way to engage people in the debate of around the natural world around us. It offers us a way in, an opening we can explore in an accessible way. Now, from both our research perspectives and pedagogical perspectives, we really emphasise the importance of relationships, of cultural awareness, of showing respect and having fun. We understand what we are doing and why, and are able to explain that to others. Well, Mark's bear had had lots and lots of roughy-tufty adventures outside, and he had to briefly return home to my bear hospital for repairs. Before sending him home to Devon, I took him out to play in Cumbria, and he found it a bit cold, so I made him a poncho to keep him warm. If we could go outside together today, this is one of the places that we would have liked to have shared with you. hope you enjoyed seeing just a little bit of a snapshot of the very, very beautiful Cumbria. I am biased, I don't mind admitting that. We really do encourage you to get in touch with us, to carry on that conversation, to share with us your stories and pictures, to hear what you did as children, and also how you embrace nature, outdoor learning and play within your curriculums for wellbeing. I hope you found this interesting. I hope you found it enjoyable. I really do hope that at some point in future we can be together in person to talk about this further. But for today, I'm going to say thank you for listening. I hope you find time over what is predicted to be a beautiful weekend to enjoy some time and space and chance to relax outdoors in nature. Thank you. Thank you.